Hey, Dr. Simone here. I am back on Periscope. Woohoo! I actually am off today. Yes, I did get the holiday. So happy Veterans Day, and thank you to every veteran who has served our country. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And thank you to your families, because it is such a big sacrifice that family members have to make, and I know that your lives will never be the same. But thank you so much. Because of you, we get to enjoy freedom in this wonderful country, United States of America. So with that being said, I just had a little thing that I wanted to share. Let me just go ahead and share a little bit about myself. For those of you who don't know me, maybe this is your first time seeing me or hearing from me. Hello, 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 and welcome. Like I said, I am Dr. Simone, and I am a licensed surgical foot and ankle doctor. I am a wife, I am a mother, I am a professional speaker, a life coach, as well as an entrepreneur. In 2006, I started my own motivational speaking company, Esteem Motivational Speaking. And I was in the middle of medical school, so I was extremely busy. So it's not because of boredom why I did it. No, it was more so because I realized, after talking to classmates and other professionals, I realized that no matter what you want to do in life, no matter what stage you are in life, everybody needs help. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs someone to push them a little bit further, or to be a cheerleader when they're down. We all need that, no matter what your goal is in life. So I decided to go ahead and start a professional, inspirational, motivational speaking company. And the mission of my company is to empower, strengthen, teach, enrich, energize, and motivate you to live on purpose. So within my company, of course, there are tons, well, not tons, but there are different things that I do. I do like to focus on certain things so that I can provide the best expert information. But I like to focus on success. I am a success enthusiast. I have an addiction to success. I love the feeling of accomplishing things, big goals, small tasks, personal wins, public wins, whatever. I like being successful, and so I'm always on the lookout for other success enthusiasts. So I hope that you are a success enthusiast. If you are, then definitely go ahead and follow me on my social media platforms, because that's really all I talk about. And of course, natural hair. Natural hair is that's like my other love, right? Just fashion and, you know, girly stuff. I mean, I'm a girl. Anyway, so I was talking with a young lady, and I'm kind of like her mentor, I guess you could say. And she was just being so complimentary to me. She was like, oh my gosh, Dr. Simone this, Dr. Simone that. And she was saying, I mean, it made me feel good, but it also humbled me, because I'm thinking, gosh, I am just a regular person who tries really hard. Like, I just try really hard. You know, sometimes we get caught up in the bright lights and the shining stars of other people. We think, gosh, you know, she's so awesome, or he's so amazing and talented. And really, you are too. It's just maybe you haven't activated that yet. Maybe you haven't tapped into it. Maybe you have not discovered what it is that you are to add to this life, to this generation. And I can definitely help you with that. So if you need help with that, let me know. But anyway, as she was talking, she said something that really caught my attention, because I tend to hear it often. She said, you make it look so easy. She said, you make it look so easy, like it's effortless, and everything I do, I have to struggle, and everything I do, it seems so hard. But you, doc, you just make it look so easy. And I laughed out loud, like, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. And no, it is definitely not easy. I tell people a lot of times what you see on Facebook, or fake book, as my husband calls it, is people's Sunday best. It's their Sunday best. They are putting on the best shoes, the best clothes, the best jewelry, the best watch, the best hair adornment, hat. Makeup is flawless. I mean, they're doing everything on Facebook, but behind the scenes, it might not necessarily be the case. And so it can seem as though things come really easily to people. For me, that's not very helpful. When I see people who are always winning, and I never see their struggle, I never see the behind the scenes, it's not helpful to me. So that's something that I actually do a lot of. I like to be transparent because I feel like it's more helpful. It's good to share my wins. It's good because you want for people to know, hey, you're not just talking about it, you're actually being about it, you're doing something. But also, it is good to be transparent and let people know, people who are interested, not just negative people who are just trying to laugh behind your back and talk about you, but it's good to let people know that, hey, I don't always get it right. I don't always know the right thing to do, but after 9, almost 10 years of doing this, yeah, I've come up with some things that are definitely successful, some things that are definitely tried and true. I've had some amazing ups in my career, and I've had some really low lows, and I'm not ashamed to say that, because Bill Gates said it best, that success is a lousy teacher. It's a lousy teacher. Think about after you, like, let's say, in school, right? You got everything right. You aced the test. Or maybe you got a B and you were struggling and hoping for a C. When you got that test back, did you look to see what you got wrong? No. And if you did get it wrong, did you care you got it wrong? No. Because overall, in your mind, you were successful. But when you got that C, that D, or maybe you failed, you definitely picked up the book again and you looked to see what you got wrong. You evaluated what could have gone wrong. So success is a lousy teacher. It's good because it helps us to add to our happiness sometimes, and it gives us the momentum and the drive to go on. It lets other people know that, hey, a regular girl can do it, a regular guy can do it. You don't have to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You don't have to be perfect and flawless physically. Anybody can achieve goals. So definitely success is good, right? We work for success. We work for the reward of our goals. But when it comes to success enthusiasts or people who are success minded, actually losing or sometimes getting it wrong is more beneficial. So when she said to me, Doc, you make it just seem so easy. It's so easy for you. I said, no, no, no. No, no, no. Success is dirty. It's dirty. And I'm not saying dirty as in corrupt. It's not like a corrupt game or anything. But it's dirty. You have to get dirty because in order to blossom, you have to push through some dirt, right? A plant that, or a seed that is planted, you really only see the leaves, the blossoms, the roses after that little plant is pushed through some dirt. Otherwise, it's just a seed with a ton of potential, a ton of proteins and enzymes and growth factors that will never be realized. And so I don't want for you to be like that seed, okay? I don't want for you to see the blossom of other people around you and get distracted and discouraged and feel like, gosh, it's so easy for him. It's so easy for her. It seems like everything they touch is gold. Nope. Nope, that's not the case. And if that's all they're showing you, that's because maybe that's their Sunday best. Maybe that is what they have to put up just to entice you to believe in their dream. And that's okay. I like being transparent too, though. I'm okay with showing, like I said, not people who are just trying to be negative and naysayers, but people who are actually interested in getting ahead and actually interested in success. I like showing my cards. I like saying, look, hey, 10 years ago, this is where I fell, and here's how I got back up. Here's what I did wrong, and here's the solution to the problem that helped me to succeed thereafter. Success is a lousy teacher. But failing ever so often, falling and getting back up, well, that's where you actually get your strength. That's how your muscles of faith get exercised. That's how your muscle of perseverance get exercised. That's how you can actually have a testimony to share with somebody else, like I'm sharing with you, so that they can know that, look, it's not all pretty. And success is dirty because you have to push through some dirt in order to blossom. That's just the nature of the game. There was a young lady that I was coaching a few years back, because I do life coaching, individual coaching, as well as group coaching. And I was coaching her. When she came to me, she was like the total package, okay? Beautiful and brilliant. She was in law, well, she had just finished law school. And so she was, I mean, her trajectory for success was on course. according to what everybody else saw around her. But inside, she was a mess. Why? Because she had taken the bar 3 times, I think, by the time she actually reached out to me, and she had failed. Now, the bar is a big deal, right? You know, lawyers go to school so that they can sit for the bar and so that they can litigate, all right, and go in courtrooms. So it's a pretty big deal. Well, she had failed the bar about 3 times by the time she reached out to me. And her words during our initial consultation was, hey, you know, doc, I don't think I can do this. Maybe it wasn't meant for me. Maybe I'm just supposed to have a law degree so that I can do other things and work in corporations and such, which is good. And some people do that, and that's their dream. I'm not knocking it at all. But she always wanted to be in the courtroom. That's what her dream was. That was her vision. That was the seed that was planted 3-4 years ago when she decided she wanted to go into law. So I remember talking to her and just the amount of despair and sadness that she was feeling, right? She wanted to give up. She wanted to kind of just throw in the towel. She had taken it 3 times and she figured, you know, 3rd time is the charm. It didn't work. Now, she had been tutoring other people in class, and she was, I mean, head of class, at least in the top like 10-15%, okay? So, I mean, she had done well. There was no reason why she shouldn't have passed the bar. Anyway, after a few months of talking and coaching her and encouraging her and challenging her, right? Because sometimes as a coach, I can't be the nice frilly cheerleader. No, sometimes you have to push you beyond your own boundaries and push you or move you or inspire you to leave your comfort zone. So after a few months, she decided, okay, I'm going to take it one more time. I'm going to take it one more time. And she did. And she did kind of change up some of her study tactics and so forth. And I think the biggest thing for her was she realized, like, hey, I failed the bar 3 times and I didn't die. So if I fail it again, life goes on. You know, sometimes the biggest things that we worry about happen. And when they do, we're the strongest afterwards, because you realize, like, hey, I thought that if X happened, then my life would end. I thought that I wouldn't be able to wake up and go back to work. I wouldn't be able to still provide for my family. Well, you know what? Sometimes the bad stuff happens to good people. They do, all right? But the good thing is, guess what? You can proudly raise your hand because you survived it. Whatever you have been through, you survived it because you're still living. Pinch yourself, right? You're still alive. You feel that. Ow, it hurts. So you've survived it. So instead of going around worrying about, oh my gosh, if I take the bar again, then I'm going to fail. It's going to be the 4th time. She said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. Well, yay, she passed. She passed the bar. And she called me. She was so excited. Doc, thank you so much. Because if I had given up, then I would have been saying, what if, or shoulda, woulda, coulda for the rest of my life. And she was just ecstatic. And I was so happy for her. And it was like definitely a feather in my hat. Like, yes, you know, I helped someone really overcome this challenge, overcome this self-limiting fear that she had built up for herself, right? So that was a really good thing. That was a really good thing. But she and I, we still keep in touch. And of course, you know, my life is extremely busy now as a doctor, and she's, you know, a big litigating attorney and such. But she ever so often reaches out to me. And one time, I think around the holidays, we were just, you know, texting back and forth. And she said, you know what? There was something that you said to me that really stuck out in my mind. And so I was like, you know, what is that? And she said, nobody is going to ask you how many times it took you to pass the bar. Once you get that certificate or that license, no one is going to ask you how many times. And she said, when I said that to her, it's like a light bulb went off. She was like, yeah, who cares? No one asks that question. I mean, you know, I like to tell my colleagues sometimes, you know, they might be struggling to pass their state boards, or they might be having issues with like surgeries and all. And so they have to go back and do like, say, remedial training or further training. And I tell them, look, no one's going to ask you. No one is going to ask you how many times it took you to pass. No, how many times you had to sit for that exam, or how many practice tests you had to go through. Nobody's going to ask. Once that diploma is on the board, once it's hanging on your wall, then you've achieved it. You've accomplished it. You've done it. They want to know, what can you do for me now? Not what happened 10, 15 years ago. No, what can you do for me today? And as long as you can deliver a service, nobody cares. And if they do care, it's because they're hating. And if they have that time to hate on you, it's because they have other issues. It's irrelevant. It is really irrelevant. So today I just want to remind you that success, whether it be a small goal, whether it be a small dream, whether it be a big, obvious, global goal that you have, it is dirty. It's a dirty process. It's a dirty process. The seed is there. You have the dream. You have all the potential in that seed. It's underground. But in order for that dream to be realized, in order for that seed to blossom, it must grow and push through some dirt. Okay? All right, that is all I have for you. If you have not already, click the subscribe button. You know you want to, and I really want you to also. Okay, I'm going to definitely try and get back on recording videos and so forth. I've just been really busy with a lot of good stuff. So anyway, if you already follow me on social media, great. But if you don't, I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as Periscope. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. Oh, before I forget, so only for serious individuals, okay? Only for serious people who want success. I'm not talking about people who just talk about it and then 10 years later they're in the same position because they didn't act. I'm not talking to you, okay? Not being rude, but you can stop watching the video now. I'm talking to people who are hungry to achieve their goals, who are serious about getting success in their life. And I don't just mean financial success. I don't just mean success in your business. Anything that you want to achieve in life that has become a hurdle for you, or you want just extra tips on, then please, please, please join me every Monday night. I have success calls, weekly success calls, absolutely free, okay, that you can definitely watch or listen into. And I will put the information for the call-in down below, or I'll try and put it somewhere like in the video. Either way, it's a simple number, just dial in. The call is only 20 minutes long. 20 minutes. We start promptly at 9 o'clock and the call ends at 9:20. Every week so far, it's been about 6 weeks that I've been doing it. So the momentum of the call is building. We're getting more and more people calling in. More and more people are inviting people to join the call. There are also international numbers available. So if you know someone who's overseas and you say, hey, look, as long as you can understand English, call in, because I'm going to be sharing personal tips with you every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I will see you, my success enthusiasts. All right, this is Dr. Sharonda Simone Josie, and remember, I will either see you at the top or from the top. You decide.